Hi Aquarius. Okay, this is gonna be your in-depth monthly reading focused on your energy. It's gonna go longer, very deep. Let's see what we have. Okay, we got Fool. Wow, we are just coming out of the Aries season. All right, definitely getting like you don't care, not in a negative way. You just don't want to look back. You just don't want anybody, whether it's a relationship. I feel like you had enough, and you are realizing with this, after this Aries season, you are realizing that like it's time for me. It's time for do something which does not feel like a constant effort, which does not feel like a constant battle, depletion of energy. Wanted to do things different way, wanted to do things in a new way. Let's get major energy card. We are gonna get 2 animal spirit card, and then we are gonna get 1 oracle card to just measure the overarching energy. Then we are gonna get into more then we are gonna get more tarot card to delve deep into the situation. Okay, Starfish, look at that. Alchemical sign of water. Yeah, you are glowing. You are glowing. Look at the color, how similar they are in terms of this yellow. And Starfish is all about showing one talents, showing glowing with one personality. Yes, you are very determined. You are like, you feel like, I think something in past few months really held your mojo back, and it may be not be, it may be more than few months, but lamb in reverse. Yes, you don't want to be that sacrificial sacrificial lamb anymore. You don't want to be someone's bait. You can be compassionate, but when somebody takes advantage of that compassion, you are like, you know what, you only saw one side of me, but there are multiple sides of me that you don't know. And you are like, you know what, I'm not gonna put up with anything that does not allow me to be free, that does not allow me to express myself in a unique way that I want to express. I don't want to be this scared of hurting others, or scared of being alone, or scared of this, scared of that, thinking of others people's temperament. No. But you are not in the fighting mode as well. You are not in a very conflicted mode. You are not like you are just gonna prove others wrong. You are just gonna go on your own way. If somebody wants to follow, they can follow. I don't know why I kept shuffling, because I thought, okay, but look what came. Black egg. Beautiful. Beautiful. Spiritual. Black egg. This is I think it's a throat chakra. Ironically, I was just doing the throat chakra meditation before I started your reading. Yes. It's all about that airy quality. All about creativity. All about bringing that brighter side of yours into light. Very light energy that I'm getting. You are gonna get into, if you are not already, you are gonna get into a much lighter energy. Keys on the trees. Yes, you felt, look at this, oh my god, this is perfectly defining what I'm trying to say. Look at this, you felt, this gigantic elephant is kind of locked into this little cage. but there is like so many keys outside hanging from the tree, and you really feel something happened, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a situation, whether it's a like whatever, take it as it resonates, because this is the energy, this is the channeling energy. Okay, so you really felt that, you even though it was on top of some tower, even though you felt that there is some kind of potential in that, there is, you felt that you have achieved something in this, but it all, whatever you were there, it was not very in line with your freedom, in line with what you truly wanted to do. Like it did not give you the feeling of, like this. It always made you feel that you're you're doing something, there is some kind of instruction, even though that instruction may be not literal, but you feel that you are kind of follow some kind of instruction, some kind of ritual, some kind of norm, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because you know that you have much more talent and potential than follow something that which already been prescribed to you or already been written down for others. You are making your own path, and it feels very light, it feels very not conflicted, not confronting. You are just going, and you are just shredding all these things, and you are just, it does not even match, it's not like even purging kind of feelings that I'm getting. I feel like you are just, all of a sudden you feel just light, and all of it feel like that, yes, I just want to be me, I just want to be me, I don't want to be guided, I don't want to be instructed, I don't want to be told. And you just all of a sudden, through that kind of attitude, you are finding this, your own positivity in your personality, and also the creativity that you hone. And you are kind of, if you are not gonna be this sweet lammy anymore, because you understand that it just at that time maybe it worked, but now it doesn't, and that's good. Okay, let's get into the tarot more. This is the overall energy. Now see what is the situation. Eight of Cups in reverse. Then we got Devil in reverse and Knight of Cups. Okay, that's for this. And then one more card. Five of Wands in reverse. Yeah, look at the energy here, Aquarius. Look at the energy here. I feel like, this new journey is not coming from a sense of sadness. This new journey coming from completely breaking free. And you are not holding anything back from the past. You are not thinking about what you are living from. And it's just such a free flowing energy that I'm getting. It just, Eight of Cups in reverse, it's not a sad induced decision that you have made. It almost felt like a fresher breath here, that the decision kind of felt very organic, so you don't have to go through a tremendous labor of making decision and going to feeling sad, confliction. I don't think that is happening here. I feel like it's a very free flowing kind of energy that you are getting into, because you are realizing, I feel like it has something to do with some kind of emotional investment that you have done with a person or group of people, I don't know, but you really realizing that those emotional investment that you made, those person made to you, it was actually devil in disguise. It was actually devil in disguise. They did not, those offer did not, it was not for your flourishment. There was no emotional fulfillment, even though on the surface it did feel like a lucrative, it did feel like there is something good coming out of, but it's like a devil in disguise. You are realizing that, and you have been treated like a, like a sacrificial lamb over there, but you did not realize that, because it was some kind of, I feel like there's some kind of disguise was there. You thought you were feeling something about this experience, but actually you are experiencing something else, and you just realize all of a sudden you realize your worth. All of a sudden you realize that how you have been treated, and it did not spark your mind before, but now the moment you realize that how you have been treated, you are like, you know what, I'm just, dropping everything. But you are doing it such a soft, like almost like effortless. It did not break you. It did not break you. All of a sudden it's like the lid of the jar is open and your spirit is like going in the wind. It's that kind of effortlessly you are moving away from this thing. And it's like it's also, it's like it made you feel, because it has some kind of potential. Like, I feel like there is some kind of disguise was there, like what you thought this relationship is, what you thought that person is. I'm not saying that person is not that. It just that experience, you are experiencing something than what you thought you were experiencing. You know what I mean? You couldn't see the picture because your mind was not paying attention to that, because you were so much into the flow of the emotion that you did not recognize that it was actually devil in disguise. It was obsessive in a certain way. It was certainly controlling. It was holding you back. It was making you feel, even though you did not feel at that time, but now in retrospection you feel it actually made you feel very submissive, very naive, and you just don't, you feel like, no man, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in that. I mean, yes, I gained some kind of experience, that's that, I'm moving on. It's like that simple for you. And with Five of Wands in reverse, I really feel that you were just realizing that how distorted your mental alignment was, because you did not see all these things, but you experience things. But when you are, this is important for you to know, that distinguish, when you experience that, you did not feel all this heavy energy, but now when you're realizing this heavy energy, you don't feel that heavy energy either, because you are already in the energy of Fool. You know what I'm trying to say? So you never really went through this heavy energy, but it did happen to you. So it's almost like a, it's like you slept with wolf who are wearing clothing of sheep. So you never really knew that you actually dealt with that kind of danger until and unless you are, next day morning you are already out of that house, outside of the bed, and then you realize it was wolf. So you know what I'm trying to say? You dealt with the danger without experiencing the danger. It's like that, because there is some kind of disguise was there. All right, I'm gonna take an, let's, what is the next row? Yeah, before I go to the next row, let me get another layer on this. And I feel like whosoever you are dealing with, they were really very good charmer. They have very, they know how to deal with romance. Their words are very, it feels very emotionally soaked, but it just I'm not saying that they are deceptive on purpose, consciously, but the relationship or the situationship that you are in, or whatever. It doesn't have to be romantic. Please don't. Nothing, everything in life is not romantic. It could be anything. It could be your family dynamics. It could be your workplace dynamics. It could be your friendship dynamics. Just take this. I know it felt something, but it was actually doing something else to your own growth, if that makes sense. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Wands. Yes. You know, like, okay, hold on, I'm gonna go there. And then Three of Cups. Okay, let's see. You're not feeling sad. You're also not feeling that you lost anything. You're also not feeling that this thing gonna shake your stability. You're also not feeling that I don't know, for some reason you are just so freely moving on. It's not even as if like this experience never really happened to you. It did not scratch. It did not even leave a scratch on your soul. You are just taking it as an experience and just, okay, I had that experience, that's that. It's like you are not taking a single bit of anything from this situation. You are like completely moving into something that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel that you are doing something for yourself, for your own purpose, for your own good, for your own happiness, for your own lightness. And you are not even thinking that you are not even thinking. It's not even matter of thinking, it's matter of feeling as well. You are not feeling sad, you are not feeling any heaviness, you are not feeling that you are losing anything. You are just alright, like that, alright, and you are just moving on. Wow, Aquarius, this is the I love about Aquarius, this, that your ability to detach from things when you really need that feel of detachment. Nobody does that like you, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And with Eight of Wands, with Devil in reverse and Knight of Cups, I really feel that in retrospective you are really understanding a lot of aspect of it, but it's not holding you back. It's not giving you a sense of sadness. It's not giving you that any kind of reprimand, any kind of negative feelings, not towards them, not towards you. You are just taking this whole experience as an experience without any byproduct. And with Eight of Wands, you are reflecting on this, and as you are reflecting, you are realizing that this was actually in Devil in reverse disguise. Maybe there was a lot of back and forth communication, there was a lot of good words that has been spoken and shared between you two. Hold on, let me turn off this heater. And you are realizing that what all those wands and cups, it's like maybe there was a lot of passion also involved, but it was something which you did not feel devil like kind of energy during while you were experiencing, but you realized that it was not really. It kind of kept you kind of very very submissive. It put you very submissive position, but you are not a submissive kind of person who will lose their whole identity just to be in a relationship, or just to please others, or just to be in a job, just to get paid. You are not like the person like Aquarius I'm connecting with. You are not. And you are realizing that how it was devil, because it turned you into a submissive, almost like a little bit passive kind of character. you kind of accepted a lot of things, and you kind of let them have it for granted, a lot of things without you even noticing. But now in retrospective you're understanding that, but that understanding not creating any kind of revenge or any kind of negative repercussion in you. You are not having any kind of sad feelings, you are not feeling of that you lost something. You feel like all of a sudden you feel the lightness of a feather in your body. And before, which was kind of a lot of your mind distortion, and now hold on before I say something. Okay, I don't know, maybe it's not gonna be for everyone this part. I feel like maybe you have been involved with something which has a little bit of, maybe, I don't know, I feel like using drugs. It could be weed, or not hard drugs, or like hard drugs, but some kind of intoxication was involved, and which gave you a lot of enjoyment. You had a very nice time, very nice experience that you would not usually have, but which also block your mental sharpness, because you are completely in the sense of almost like, I'm enjoying it. But that enjoyment, it gave you an experience, but it also turned your personality into something else which you are not, which is like a submissive, passive, kind of escapist kind of attitude. But you are not that personality, the person I'm connecting with here. You know what I'm trying to say? Alright, let's get another 3 card. We got 5 of Swords in reverse, 5, 8. Both of them in reverse. That's good. That's good. That's good. And then Strength in reverse. So we got 2 major here. And we got, oh, Empress. All of these are reverse in this row. Empress and 2 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, now I'm getting that it may be something to deal with, love kind of situation, or where you invested your emotion heavily. But that investment of emotion was not rooted, and you realize that, even though at that moment it felt very rooted. That's why you don't feel any sadness or baggage, because it was not really that rooted in the soil. It was floating already, even though it felt very rooted. Let me clarify this further. I don't like clarify words, so I'm gonna say layer. Put this there. Okay, Tower in reverse. Yeah, here I'm getting the same energy like this. You don't feel like that you have to win anything. And then we got King of Cups with Strength in reverse. And then let's get one card for Empress and Twelve of Cups. Yeah, Seven of Cups. This is interesting. Okay, so this is the only sword card we got here. With Five of Swords and the Tower in reverse, I really feel like, because it's coming under right under Fool, I really feel like it's the same kind of energy that was getting here. You don't feel like that you have to win this by telling them what was wrong, where they go wrong, where you did wrong. You don't feel like it's a win or lose game. You just feel like you don't feel that it has to be this super apocalyptic kind of atmosphere where everything is broken down, burning down, somebody is learning some kind of lesson. You are just feel like, what, sometimes experience is just experience without, I reflect on it, I know what it was, but I don't have to drill through things in order to go to the other side. I can just leave this where it is. It doesn't have to be such a huge monumental moment, because you are completely, I don't know how you, like, this is so beautiful. You are just getting this energy of just, I don't want to deal with, I don't want to, it's not even escapism, it's not, I'm not talking about that. You are like, I know what it was, now I know what it was, and that was an experience. Why I am gonna hammer on it and try to, oh, Aquarius, you did that wrong, you should not do this in future. No, everything is a learning process. I went through an experience. Yes, I turn into something that I do not want to turn into again, but like, it was experience at that time, and I'm gonna experience new thing now. It was just that simple to you, even though it may come across a little shocking to people, like how you're going through in such a effortlessly from this kind of heavy energy. But it is not heavy for you, because you are so powered by this full energy, which is like the soul refreshment, seeking for something new, seeking for something without, completely new eyes, new vision. I'm getting that. I'm really getting that. And with King of Cups and Strength in reverse, you are not trying to gain any kind of spiritual learning lesson out of it. You are not saying that, yeah, this is my beast, I can turn into a devil addictive nature, and I need to tame that out. I don't know, you are just such a, I don't know, it's just very nice energy. You are not making a big deal out of it, but not in a way that you wanna escape from it, but you are getting the gist of it. Excuse me, wow, what was this experience was, and that's that. Not everything has to be intensified in order for us to learn something. Sometimes just to drop things the way they are and move on from it without making us go through such a horrible pain, it's actually a very good thing. And you are like, I don't know, you are very, like with the Starfish and King of Cup, you are like, you are actually, I'm getting a very nice energy from you. You are like very, in touch with your emotion. You feel good about yourself. You feel like you can give. You are not like, oh, I'm gonna be defensive because this is what happened to me. You are not playing any kind of, not a single percent of victim mentality here. You are taking full responsibility of your involvement in this scenario, and you know that you had certain fun, but you also distorted your mental capability. You did not see things clearly because you did not use your intelligence, which you have highly. And then you also knew that it kind of devil in disguise it was. But now you're like, you know what, that's fine, end of the story. You are getting into high spiritual vibration, and you want to shine with your with your personality. And your personality is like, you're like, I'm open for emotion. I'm not gonna be defensive. I'm not gonna put my wall up just because something happened, which I was equally involved to make it happen. And that's very mature understanding when you take full responsibility, because everything that happens to us, somehow most of the time we are also deliberately taking part in it, whether willingly or unwillingly. But yeah, there are certain things, there are people who were forced to take something, do something, or take part in something that they are not consented for. I understand that, but mostly in general, you are just taking responsibility what happened to you, and you are not beating yourself up for something that made you feel something that you don't want to feel, which is like a submissive naivety and all these things. Because you're understanding that, like again, the Seven of Cups, your judgment was clouded. Because I really feel maybe there is some kind of, almost feel like you are, it's like a hypnosis kind of. You both were like, whatever situation it was, it either feel like it's like a drug induced, or it's like a some kind of like almost like a different dimension experience. So it felt like everything is possible, everything is happening, some kind of not really grounded. And not every time we have to be grounded, and we experience that. And but now it's time for you to close that up. You had enough experience of that and move on. Yeah, it was never grounded, because but you also know that you feel like you are impressed. You feel like that you have so many things that you can do in life. You have a lot of understanding of different, you can give, you can take. You understand the balance, but it was not really balanced when you are doing this. And it was, even though it felt very nice at that time, the emotional talk and the passion and the some kind of possessiveness. And some kind of possessiveness means not towards each other, but possessiveness for the moment of this enjoyment, for the moment of ecstasy. And that was not, you realizing that that was not really love. I mean, how you would define love in general, but you had experienced that. My god, you are not really oh my god, how come I fooled myself, it was not love. You are not doing that. You are not playing that tricks on you. You are not saying, oh my god, how come I let myself get into this, how can I fool myself. You are not doing that. You are accepting every bit that you did. You are accepting the joy you got out of it, the fun you got out of it. You are accepting that yes, you are not who you usually are, but that gave you a different sets of experience, that opened up your creativity, that opened up your zeal to do something new, that opened up your desire to unlock this cage that you felt like you were being in retrospection. And you are just moving on with this full energy. Kudos to you, who's ever resonating. I feel like this is beautiful. It's like I don't remember the name of the fish. There is one kind of fish who it's like a bottom, like it's not catfish, but it's like they live in a like inside of very dirt and filth, but their skin does not absorb any dirt and filth. It feels like that. You went into that experience, you absorb what you want to, but now you are not carrying forward anything. You come off that from dirt, and you feel like, yes, this is time to swim again and go to a different spot, without carrying anything, without blaming any other and blaming each playing victim, nothing. It's just a complete detached reflection, understanding what was what, who was who you were, who you now, and just going with the full enthusiasm to something, to do something new, which kind of more align with your personality and your creativity, creative vision. Alright, Aquarius, I think this is that, and I'm gonna end it here. And if you like my energy, please join this channel by subscribing. You can also like, share, and leave a comment. I always like to hear from you, and in that way you can help the channel to grow and support the channel. Okay, thank you so much. I'm feeling so nice about this energy. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Take care. Okay, bye bye.